I feel like, honestly, look at them, how cute they are. A few pirates. Right, upgrades we want to make to the boat, knowing that we want to eventually take her to the Med. So a very, very important upgrade that was top of our list, but unfortunately has been pushed back because of the other issues we've had to spend money on, is a fully enclosed bimini, at the very least a bimini top for the cockpit. It is obviously very exposed. We do try have the kids up here a lot with us when we're under sail. They are actually fine inside. They don't tend to get too seasick so far. Yeah, we would love for them to be outside more with us when we're actually underway. It has been really hot in the UK. Obviously, when we go to the Med, it will hopefully be hot every single day for the most part in summer. And so having a full bimini top just to give a lot more shade coverage to this area will make it a lot more useful, really help protect us from the elements when we're at the helm. We also thought we may as well go for the fully enclosed bimini, because then come winter or the evenings, or if it's raining, we can kind of then extend our living space quite nicely out here. Obviously, we've already got the sail bag. That is going to be the aesthetic for anyone who's interested in the aesthetics that we will go for. We will match the canvas material there, and also we will be replacing the spray hood so that it is all matching and nice, a bit more useful. At the moment, what we basically do is when we pick up a mooring buoy or in a marina and it's not too windy, we use a beach umbrella, which we wedge here. I will see if I have any footage. It is a bit wayward and can tend to try blow away, so that is why it's not the most practical of solutions, but better than nothing for now. It gives us something to work with to create a bit more shade.
Don't know if you can see that, but we have wind, depth, no speed. Brand new transducer replaced. Had an electrician come on board, or a marine engineer, said it's faulty, so we have to replace that. Things on boats break quickly.
Because this is our actual chart plotter. So what we did was we actually got an orca to go in. So our chart plotter is actually at this level. I'm presuming for when they were racing.
This alarm as well will not go away. 2 engineers on, both said they fixed it. Anyone got any ideas of how to fix it?
There she is. Our absolute beast. No idea what she is. She's an Excel 290, apparently. Bought her a while ago. This is one of our major upgrades here, a lazy bag, which we got from C&J Marine. Been a bit of a life changer. We used to have to flake this sail. Because the mast is actually higher than the standard, because I believe it's a racing line, my god, flaking from side to side was really a 2-person job. Jamie at the helm, even on autopilot and stuff like that, was just so challenging. Having this bit of kit has generally saved our lives. Or the sock that is currently drying in the sun. One of the things that is on our upgrade list is, I don't know if you can get down there, but as you can see, our anchor chain is completely degalvanized. And we need a new anchor chain, basically. It's one of our jobs at the moment. As you can see, you can actually see the rust already coming off. That's what you get from an ex-charter.
Another boat upgrade, not so important for anything really, just more to make the boat feel a bit less ex-charter and a bit more us, is we want to replace the leather on the steering wheels, which we'll probably do this winter. It's obviously we can take them off then and send them off to get the new leather woven around. They've obviously put some tape. It's very worn, and the steering wheel on the other side, it has actually completely ripped open in one part. So yeah, I think it will just make it feel a bit more like a privately owned boat. I think there's 3 other major upgrades we want to make to the boat.
Yeah, one of them is certainly a bow thruster. We're a twin rudder vessel, which means that sailing, she is absolutely fantastic, but coming into dock or for a mooring or anything like that, we actually have to use quite a bit of speed just to have steerage, depending on the tides. Obviously, if we're with the tides, we need more speed. When we're against the tide, we automatically have steerage. But bow thruster, because turning circle, as she is quite girthy and quite broad,
Yeah.
Would be a genuinely useful thing. I mean, it's brilliant for us at the moment as kind of novice sailors learning how to dock her, manoeuvre her without a bow thruster. But at the same time, that's certainly...
Yeah, it is really, really challenging, more so for Luke, because I'm too scared to attempt any parking myself. I think, yeah, we have already had like a few instances where we've either lost steerage or there's been like a big gust of wind that's just blown us off. And it's just, once that happens, there's like it's just impossible really to try correct it. And obviously starting again is not the end of the world, but yeah, it would be just for minor corrections. I think to get us in, it would be really, really useful and really take a bit of the stress off. Another issue we have with not having a bow thruster is the bow of our boat is really light, so unless the water tanks are full, that can also really impact us when we are coming into a marina.
And we only just realised how to swap tanks after Googling it, using AI, everything like that, going through the folder, and it turns out it was quite easy to do. Which is more than frustrating. I literally lifted up all the floorboards and then finally found it. But yeah, just when we're coming in, wind, tide can blow off our bow really, really quickly, and that's one of the challenges that we have.
So the next 2 upgrades that we want to make before we go to the med is 1, swap out our heating system for aircon, a really nice mod con to have. We obviously already have all the piping for our current heating and cooling system, so we would probably just have to replace the actual heating unit. We can't fit both, so we'd have to replace the actual heating unit with an aircon unit, which we probably wouldn't do until we were like literally ready to go, because as I mentioned, having the heating is quite good in the colder months or evenings.
Yeah, no, I mean this year's all about getting used to the boat before eventually taking the Bay of Biscay, which is quite scary. But yeah, aircon, for anyone that's been sailing around the Med, is a requirement. And to be fair, in the UK at the moment, if anyone's been watching the news with the weather, etc., fires, and if anyone got the emergency text, my God, that was a little bit scary, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was watching a load of TikToks that was like, it was definitely not a mother who signed off an emergency alert to go off at like 7 p.m. at night.
No, I was like, the world's ending. The world's ending.
Yeah. And then following on, obviously, is a generator to power us, basically, when we're in the Med.
Yeah, and like we also want to get solar, all the other mod cons. Those are kind of some of the main ones, you know, getting more sail variety just for fun, and also being able to get places quicker when there is no wind. We want to be using the engine less and less, and it's certainly something at the beginning we were using the engine more. We much prefer sailing.
Yeah, and I think our battery system at the moment is quite good. We actually did not have a power cable for a couple of weeks.
Crap.
And we were just running off batteries. We weren't going into marinas, and yeah, the batteries do last quite a while as long as you're reserving them. We were running the fridge. We did use the fans a little bit and charging the Orca, but that was pretty much it. But yeah, they were actually impressed us how long they can go for. So they're not horrendous.
Yeah, with nothing on, they last
running
quite a while.
aircon for hours will probably be a completely different ball game. So yeah, that's kind of our thoughts. If you guys think there are any other upgrades we should make before going over to the Med, drop a comment in the comment section below. It'd be really interesting to see if there's anything like really obvious that we just haven't thought about that we've missed. But I think for us that is quite a chunky like financial list to tackle, and definitely like the key things.
What's it go for? One kid down.
Anyway.
And here's just a quick recap of all the costs for our future upgrades, if we can afford them, which at this point in time, we just can't. So please make sure that you like and subscribe, because 30k is a lot of money and we need all the followers and subscribers we can get. Thanks for watching, and in next week's episode we'll either be sailing to Cowes if the weather's great, or you'll be getting a rundown of how much our crash actually cost. Cheers guys, thank you.